What's going on, my PD peeps? It's your boy, the Power Director Professor, in the building one more time on a Wednesday. Yes, I'm here for all of my people to answer your questions and help you get the help you deserve for PowerDirector or anything else under the sun. Whatever questions you got, I'm here to answer them. I don't care. I will answer your question. It may not be the right answer. It may not be the answer you're looking for, but I will answer you, okay? Let's just get that straight. I'm here to answer questions. Now, for those of you who don't know the routine, I start at 8, I end at 9. I got 1 hour at a time, or my wife will choke me out if I'm not done, all right? And I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to get executed up in my own home, okay? So, questions galore. If you got questions, hit me up with them. First question I got for you. Let me know in the chat, where do you usually go to get your help for PowerDirector? If you run into a problem, something happens, what is your go-to resource besides me, okay? Let's say besides me. Where do you usually go to get help for PowerDirector? Leave that in the comments. I want to talk to you about that. I'd like to know. All right. First and foremost, let's get down and say hello to all my peeps in the building. All right. I'm going to start off with my girl, Video Moments Productions. We missed you last week. Hope all is okay now. Well, my friend, let me tell you. I was working like a mofo at my regular 9-to-5 job. I was working late, doing all kind of stuff that I needed to get done. By the time I was done, it was like 8:30 and my time. It was 8:30 my time. I was supposed to have started a half hour ago, and I was like, I just ain't feeling it right now. And I'm late. I be getting mad at y'all all the time for y'all being late. Look at me. Look at me. Self-reflection is important, people. Okay? And when I reflected upon the situation, I said, I'm just not going to log in. So, unfortunately, I did not have my live stream last week because I was working hard on my regular 9-to-5. My regular 9-to-5, I work in the financial industry. I'm a IT portfolio manager. I'm also a process engineer. So, I had some things I had to get knocked out. But I'm here now, okay? I's here now, Susan, okay? Let's see. What else we got here? My main moderator in charge, Peter J. Milner. Good evening, Malik, and everybody else. Here we are again for more fun and frolics, and perhaps even share info on PD and amongst the banter. Maybe. Yeah, because there'd be a lot of banter going on in the chat. Y'all talk about coal and stoves and how you keep yourself warm. I don't know what's going on, okay? Excuse me there. I had a little something going. A little tickle. Had a tickle. Okay, so, yeah, banter is always going on up in here. And then we got Zoltrix67. What is going on, my friend? Malik is great. Sense of humor and excellent knowledge helps a lot of us wannabe editors. Your wannabes will be, okay? All you wannabes will be, okay? Ain't no doubt about that in my mind. If you put in the time to practice, you learn from your mistakes, put it that way, you will be a great editor in time. Just stick with it. Stick with it, Zoltrix67. All right, let's see here. Y'all talking about stoves and stuff. I don't know what's going on. Oh, cyber editing. My man, cyber editing in the house. Watching from Nepal and the Himalayas for a month. Hey, a player from the Himalayas. Okay, cyber editing. Get your play on. Do your thing, boy. Okay? I hope you're having fun, staying warm. I don't know what time of year it is there, but I think Himalayas, I think mountains, and I think snow. So, hope you're staying warm. Hope you're having a good time. Whatever you're doing there, I hope you're making the most of it, all right? Let's see. See what kind of questions I got. I'm just scanning through. Y'all having a good old time, good conversation. Zoltrix67 said, Malik getting comfortable. Hot coffee for me. Drink up, my friend. because you're going to need it. All right? The countdown has begun. The countdown to fun. My man Steve Williams loves the punctuality. Thank you, Steve, because I was late as hell last week. I was so late I didn't even do the live stream. Okay? But I digress. Today, timely. Okay? Punctuality is the theme for the day. And I'm going to make it happen, baby. Heather, the Scenic Fan, says, how you doing, Malik? Hey, Heather, what's going on? Nice to see you back in the building. I remember you from last week. I guess you become a week before last, okay? Because I messed up last week. But, hey, good to see you back. Glad to see that you are in the spot. You're becoming a regular, Heather. You need to become a regular. Be part of the magic. The magic that is the PowerDirector University live stream Q&A. That's all you need to do, okay? Let's see. David is in the house. David says, hi. Hey, David. How you doing? Hope you're having a great night or morning, wherever you're at. Enjoy the live stream, my friend. Okay, what happened there? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Looks like Trini Life with Vedish says, good night, everyone. Just love this app. I love it, too. I love the PC version. I love the Mac version. I love the mobile version on Android, iOS. I love them all. Okay? I got them all. I use them. I love them. All right. Okay, my man, followed Keeks Crex Dolly. Sorry, said that wrong. Gave me a thumbs up. I know y'all can't see the thumbs up right there, but he did. Believe it. Believe it. Oh, my goodness. Shake Your Leg by Elvis Merle. Here we go. You in the building. You ready to go? I'm ready to go, too. All right. Follow Keeks Drawley says, if not you, then Google and YouTube. So going to Google, I mean, Google's a great resource, right? You can damn near find anything. If you can search the right terms and you know what to search for, you could almost find just about anything on Google and YouTube. Just searching around, finding stuff. Good way to go. There's a lot of other resources out there too. So, and I think they're probably a bit more user-friendly than Google and YouTube. And what I mean by that is you actually get interaction from people rather than just a one-way interaction, like you trying to get information and then it giving you a bunch of, I guess, I don't know. I can't speak today. Giving you a bunch of options on the screen, giving you a bunch of things coming up. You actually have a back and forth. So I'll talk about those a little bit later. Voltrick67 says, right here, besides you, your Facebook page. Yep, Facebook page. So PowerDirector Users Group, great resource. If you are on Facebook, and you want to go ahead and get information about PowerDirector, talk to people who use PowerDirector, ask questions and get help from people who use PowerDirector, this is a great place to go. It is my users group. You see up here at the top, this is a group by PowerDirector University, PowerDirector users. And if you come here, answer a few questions, to make sure that you're a person and not a bot or somebody trying to mess with the group, then I will go ahead and let you in, or one of my moderators like Peter or some of my other moderators, Tomas, they'll let you in. So basically, you can see here there's a featured area. It's got some like some templates, a PD template zone. So Philander is a great guy. He makes these templates for free that you can use with PowerDirector. So if you click on here, you'll see that he has a bunch of templates that he updates and adds in here. There's also a link to his site where you can just go here and you can download a bunch of free PowerDirector templates and stuff here from the PowerDirector PD template zone. So that's one resource here. Then, of course, you got some of my stuff on here. Facebook page that you can follow, the rules of the group, promoting your own videos. So if you want to share videos that you're making, then you come up here to this area and you'll see that there's a bunch of people's videos listed in here that you can see if you hit view previous comments, and you'll see a bunch of videos in here. People sharing their videos, commenting on each other's videos, stuff like that. So you can get feedback on your work and things like that. But you got to use this one thread for that. Also, mobile videos, tutorials that anyone makes. I mean, I put a bunch of my tutorials in here, but anybody can. If anybody makes a tutorial about PowerDirector, they can put it here. I don't care. Just throw it in there so that people can learn. So if you scroll through, a bunch of people asking questions, a bunch of people answering questions. You got 14 comments here. You got 6 comments here. Everybody on this page is here to help each other, right? So any questions that I get asked, I've never come on here and saw a question that was not answered by at least 4 or 5 people, right? So people are always helping out, helping each other, and just learning from each other too, sharing fun stuff, all kind of things. If you use PowerDirector and you need help with something, just like Zoltrix67 said, check out the PowerDirector users group on Facebook. It is a great resource. All right. Thank you for the plug, Zoltrix67. Let's see. And Steve Williams says he gets help from Sharper Turtle and the forum. So first off, let's talk about Sharper Turtle, because that's my man, 50 grand, Jim. My man, Jim. Let me pull him up here. If you haven't used, if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, check it out. He changed the name to PowerDirector Essentials from the Sharper Turtle. But if you look up Sharper Turtle, just like I just did, is more than likely his site's going to come up. And if you go here, you'll see there's a bunch of videos on PowerDirector. He also has some videos on some other things like Windows and a few other programs. But for the majority of the things that he does is PowerDirector. I think he mainly kind of shifted to PowerDirector only recently, and I think it was a good move, because in one of my conversations I had with him, I was like, you need to stick to your niche, and he had a lot of stuff and a lot of different types of programs that he was doing. And now, see, he's got a PhotoDirector one here, which might be okay. It's not too far of a stretch to go from PowerDirector to PhotoDirector. I just prefer not to. But as you can see, he's got a lot of videos on here. PowerDirector stuff, and I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're not subscribed to his channel, subscribe, watch his tutorials. They are great. So that's that. Now, the other one that you brought up, Steve, was the forum, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I'm on the right page here. Yeah, the forum was the other one. So let me bring Jim's channel up here real quick so y'all can see. Like I said, you search Sharper Turtle, you'll be able to see PowerDirector Essentials. You'll see he has a lot of PowerDirector tutorials on here that you could choose from. A wealth of knowledge. Like I said, he's got some PhotoDirector videos too. Like I said, not my cup of tea. I like to kind of stick with PowerDirector, but it's not a far stretch, and I'm pretty sure that he's, you know, helping a lot of people with these videos as well. So please go check out his channel. If you do, tell him Malik sent you, okay? Let him know I'm showing him some love, because the dude is good at what he does. All right. So then the other thing you brought up was the forum. So Steve said that he also goes to the forum. This right here is probably my go-to if I run into a snafu or a snag of some sort. This is where I go, because this is a forum full of experienced PowerDirector users, and I'm talking about like crazy experience. Like, I learned a lot of stuff from a lot of people in this forum back in the day when I first started using it, and these dudes top notch knowledge is off the charts. So as you can see here, if you come to the Cyberlink Community Forum, you'll see that there's a Cyberlink product zone. So you've got PowerDirector. The current version is 21. And if you have PowerDirector 365, you have PowerDirector 21. Okay. PowerDirector 365 is just an annual subscription of the current version of PowerDirector. And the current version is PowerDirector 21. And then you'll see they have PowerDirector 20. So before 21 came out last year, PowerDirector 365 users were using PowerDirector 20. And so on and so forth, all the way back to version 17. That's the first version that actually came with a option of having an annual subscription. And for those of you who don't know, you can get an annual subscription to PowerDirector, or you can buy a standalone version. Either one you can do. But anyway, you see they got PowerDirector 20, and then they have previous versions. So anything from version 19 and below. It says 18 and below here, but it's actually 19 and below. Then you got the mobile app, bunch of stuff. So if you go into, let's say we go into the current PowerDirector, you'll see that there are a bunch of questions. So anytime someone is a user on the forum, they can go ahead and click on new topic and create a question for whatever they have. Right, here's my man Eddie Rice Jr. He just put PowerDirector 21. He ain't even asked a question. I'm pretty sure if you go in here, he probably has a question. But putting PowerDirector 21 is kind of like a way to get people, what's he talking about? You know, let me click on that. Something going on. Just taking forever to come up right now. You click on a different one. Still nothing. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. So this one says PD is crashing after about 30 seconds of starting, no matter what I do, even sitting idle. Now, I don't know what he all explained here. Hopefully he went a little bit more in depth into what's happening and why it's doing it. And he did include a DX diagnostic file, which is perfect. Anytime you come in here and you have a question about something, I would say create a DX diag text file, which basically gives the information on your machine, and include that so that if anybody has questions about your machine and things like that, then they already have the information. But then you have Opto Data. This dude is one of the best out here. He answers questions. He's really, really good at PowerDirector. Let me see. Another one. I think JL I thought was in here. JL. This dude is a master user of PowerDirector. Props to both of these guys. Like, they know they stuff. And not only PowerDirector, like, let me just break it down to you. Like, I think I'm okay technology-wise, but these dudes, they're like technology wizards as well. So, I mean, they kind of like my man Peter J. Milner, okay? So, these two dudes, there's a lot of other people on here, too, that give a lot of great information, but just looking at this thread here, that's who I see. Those dudes are awesome. But at the end of the day, if you are ever looking for help with PowerDirector, this is my go-to, the first place that I like to go. As you can see, I also drop my tutorials in here as well. In case somebody misses them, they want to check them out, they can come in here and they can see them. As you can see, there's about 14 pages of questions for PowerDirector 21 or the current annual subscription to PowerDirector 365. So there's a lot to look through. But like Steve Williams said, those are the places, main places for him to go to. Peter J. Milner says he uses Cyberlink support in Germany for us here in Europe. So Cyberlink support is pretty good. Some people don't like it. You know, it is what it is. Everybody has their preferences based on their own experiences. So I can tell you, I think I used support like twice, and both times I used it, they responded quickly, and they were able to help me with what I needed. So I'm cool with them. Heather says, I don't know where else I can go for PowerDirector help besides you, Malik. Well, Now you know a few places. My Facebook users forum, the PowerDirector forum. So you got those. Those are a few more options that you got up your sleeve, Heather. Shaky Leg by Elvis Murrow says, I go to the Facebook group you created and try to also help when I can. I haven't tried the Discord much, but probably should. Discord's another option out there. So since we're talking about Discord, let me bring that up. So you see, we got some of my peeps up in here. We got Cowboy Steve, TSG Adventures. We got some of our people who are usually in our live streams up in here having a good old time. So in the Discord, there's different sections here. You got your basic editing section where you got questions going on here. You got general questions, which is where the meat and potatoes is. Most of the information is in here in the general section. You got questions about media. I haven't had any much luck on some of these, but we got a few things on a few of them. Like I said, major information is here in general. But there's also an area where we can share your own videos. So if you make a video, you want to share it, you can drop it in here. Just like on the Facebook group, you can definitely come through here, drop some of your videos to let people check them out, give you feedback, yada, yada, yada. So Discord, another great place to be. Oh, TSG Adventures. He was right on time. Let me see what time. That was 18 minutes ago. Yeah, you was about 3 minutes late, brother. But, you know, I'm going to cut you some slack since I didn't do a live stream last week. All right. Have no fear. Cranking and yanking is here. Hey. Cranking and yanking. That's so nasty. Okay, let's see. I know that's not what your name means, but I'll never stop laughing at that. Let's see. Steve says, I am so disappointed that your Discord server doesn't get anything like the attention it deserves. Get over there, boys. In my opinion, far better than Facebook. Hey, it's out there. It's out there for everybody. You know, maybe I should be promoting it a little bit more, Steve. I don't know. But, you know, I'm going to try to do what it do and help out, get more traction and action on the Discord. I will make a commitment to doing that. Annie and Spence says, hello all. If not you, I choose the laptop and I close the laptop and go make coffee. Dang, that's high praise. That is high praise. I appreciate that, Annie and Spence, or whichever one of you is, you know, behind the keyboard today. But, yeah, there's other options. So make sure you try to use them if you can't get it from me. All right. Armando Perez says, I never thought I would become very familiar with PowerDirector. Still a lot to learn. Yeah, there is still a lot to learn. I learn things, you know, about PowerDirector sometimes. I mean, we all are learning. No one knows everything, and there's always something to learn, a different way to do things, something that we didn't know it could do before. Hey, just keep learning, keep growing. That's what it's all about. That's what this life is, an experience. All right. Keith M. says, you'll just be twice as awesome this week, if that's possible. Well, you know, I don't think I can elevate to that to that level, but I'll try. Thank you, Paul. Hey, you showed up. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, Paul. Sorry. Last week, I look, Paul, I'm sorry. Last week, I had troubles, my man. I had too much work and not enough time, okay? So I apologize, my friend. Please accept my gracious apologies, because Paul is my man. He's always got my back. All right. Sue says, for PD help, I go to the Facebook University site and ask the group. Yes. Once again, this, my friends, this group will get you there. I'm telling you. Facebook, I know, Steve, you all about the Discord. And I will promise that I'm going to help push that Discord out. Facebook just, you know, is where it's at right now. I mean, for a lot of people who are using the program. So put it that way. Heather asks, "How can I find more help for PowerDirector besides you?" I think I've been given a few quick references as we talk. I know I'm catching up on the chat, so hey, I know I'm dropping some gems on these PowerDirector knowledge here and there. You know, trying to catch up with y'all. Heather says, "I can make videos of PowerDirector offline, but I don't know how I can export them offline. Can you help?" So you can export them to your PC or to like a flash drive or something like that when you're done creating the video. But you can't, if you're trying to get them like onto YouTube or Facebook, you can't do that when you're offline because, of course, you don't have a internet connection. So it gets a little bit more help with what you're actually trying to do when you say export them offline would help me understand and maybe give you some options. TSG Adventure says, "My question is there a trick to make the mobile project and bring it to the PC version? I did it on one of my videos, but it was all messed up when brought to the PC." There is no trick, okay? The issue that exists now is that dependent on what you're using, some of the features may not align between the different platforms. So there's some things on mobile, like, or there were, I don't know if it still is. There were some things on like mobile, like the body effects that weren't on PC for some time. And then they added them to PC, but they're not on mobile. There's some things on iOS that are not on Mac. So basically what happens is if you have features that are available only on one side and not the other, then when you transfer from mobile to PC, it might be missing some of those things. Now, I don't know if you mean that the timeline was messed up or things like that, but if there's missing features or functions, then that's mainly due to discrepancies between the two different programs. Hopefully, they get things aligned soon so that that's no longer an issue. But right now, there's a lot of ambiguity between the different platforms running PowerDirector and what features exist on them. So, Crankin' and Yankin said, "I think the latest version of PowerDirector 365 changed the terminology from produce to export." Yes, it did, sir. Correctamundo. Yep. So along with moving some things around, they added the edit button. Houses a lot of features that you used to have in a different path. I like the new interface. Personally, I think it's like the bee's knees. I like it a lot. So if you click on a clip, like you said, it used to have things down here like tools, mask designer, whatever. You just click on edit, and now you get a bunch of those options right here under tools. So you can go here and pick the tool that you want. You have your color adjustments. So the interface is different here. Also, they added this audio tab, which is dope. Over here, you now can do denoise. You got the audio editor to open that up for you and do some audio editing. You got audio ducking right here that you can go ahead and change your sensitivity, ducking levels, all of that. If you have a voiceover or something like that is when you usually use that tool. Then you can go right to Audio Director. So it's a lot of the restoration assistant, a lot of great tools in here. Speeds up your workflow. I mean, having all of this stuff here in this one place is really dope. Now, there's still other things in the plugins area like the multicam, collage designer, paint designer, yada, yada, yada. You still got all of that stuff up there. So everything's not here, but it's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, TSG Adventure says no, just saving a project in order to do more things in the PC version. If you're just saving a project over and then opening it up in the PC version, it shouldn't be much of an issue. Like I said, there'll be some things missing when you open that project, based on what effects and things the app had at the time that PC did or didn't have them, yada, yada, yada. Keep that stuff in mind. Spicy Kai. What's up, Spicy Kai? Thanks for joining me. Caught a live. Yeah, you did. Jerry Francis says, can I make a short video and use it as a wallpaper on my PC? If your PC can use video as a wallpaper, then yes. I mean, I would say probably just make a MP4 of the video, and if that doesn't work, try a .avi file of the video. So at the end of the day, it's up to your capabilities of Windows or Mac, whatever your platform is, to use a video as the wallpaper. If it can do it, then I don't see any reason why you can't create one with PowerDirector. All right, let's see. Here we get. Ernesto Aviles says, what up, Malik? What up, Ernesto? How you doing, my friend? Steve said, the forum is ideal for technical issues, but doesn't really address anything regarding tutorials. Yeah, I mean, there's my thread in there that has a bunch of tutorials. So, I mean, you can always go there, check out all of my tutorials, or you can just watch it from YouTube. But if they're trying to learn how to do something, I have seen people ask how to do certain things, and people help them out and they answer the questions. I mean, I think people might think it's just for technical issues, but you can ask whatever and they'll answer you. Yep. Craig the Yankin says almost any support is good support, and ain't that the truth? Because sometimes with some companies you get nada. Oh my God. Kentucky Ranger is late as usual. What's going on, my friend? Hey, thanks for dropping in, man. I appreciate the fact that you even took the time to join me. You know, I look, if there's one thing I can count on is you being late. I appreciate you, man. All right. Peter J. Milner says, anyone that says they know everything is just lying. Everyone keeps learning all the time. We all learn together here. Ain't that the truth, my friend? I mean, yeah, you can spot a liar as soon as they say, I know everything about whatever, you know that person's a liar, okay? Because that's impossible. No one knows everything about anything. So, like you said, we all learn together, man. Heather says, I'll make sure to be at every live stream, but I'll also understand if you can't stream a Wednesday. Thank you. Look, Heather, you are the only reasonable person in this room right now, okay? Thank you for caring. Thank you for being my friend. I'm just messing with the rest of y'all. I shouldn't have missed, okay? I shouldn't have missed. Voltrix67 says, Kung Fu quote, I seek not to know all the answers. I seek to know all the questions, or something like that. I doubt I will ever know all of them. Ha ha. I was trying to have Chinese voice. I hope that wasn't offensive in any way, shape, or form to anyone in the room. My apologies ahead of time. Well, not really ahead of time, after the fact. Okay. Shaky Leg. Shaky Leg says, I had high hopes for a new audio assistant included in the last update, but it seems they just reorganized things, but didn't really upgrade it anything. No, they didn't, unfortunately. It's a fine balance, man. I'm going to tell you right now, like, a fine balance. Here's what I'll say. Cyberlink gives you a lot. And with giving you a lot, the expectations rise. People want more and more and more for the same amount of money, right? And because Cyberlink gives us so much, sometimes I think our expectations are like higher than maybe they should be. And by that, I mean this. Ain't nothing wrong with you wanting to have more. I want to get that out first. Nothing wrong with that. We should all want the most that we can get, the most bang for our buck. Everybody should want more. When I look at the scenario, I look at it as though if they give us more, let's say more audio editing tools, and they give us so many audio editing tools that it starts to be aligned with Final Cut's audio editing features. And it starts to be aligned with maybe Premiere Pro's audio editing capabilities. Or it starts to be aligned with Audition audio capabilities or PowerDirector or whatever. Would that justify a raise in the price? Because at some point, and this is just me thinking out loud, if they continue to give us more and more stuff, the price will have to go up. There will be no way around it. So just keep in mind, if you're willing to pay more for more stuff, I think that's reasonable. I also think you should want as much as you can get for the money you're paying right now. But I also think that at some point we should expect to see an increase in price if we keep getting more and more and more and more. And people want PowerDirector to have everything that Adobe Premiere has without the cost, right? It's not reasonable sometimes. Sometimes it's just not reasonable to do that. Once you put yourself up as competition against some other program that is, I don't know, let's just say that's Adobe Premiere or Final Cut or whatever, you start to put yourself into their price bracket. So just keep those things in mind. VJ says, sometimes the PowerDirector after using denoise audio signals not working. Why? So I think you are referring to the audio waveform not working. I don't know why, man. It's been a quirk or bug or whatever you want to call it with PowerDirector since, I don't know, version 8 as far as I'm concerned. But there's a few different things you can do to make your waveforms come back. If you right-click on a clip, you can go and regenerate waveform. That might work. And right now, see, it made my waveform go away. Well, let me bring this on the screen for you. So if I right-click this clip and I go to regenerate waveform, you'll see the waveform will go away and then it will come back. So that's one option. Another option, save your program, save your project, close PowerDirector, open it back up and open your project back up, and sometimes the waveforms reappear. Last thing is, if you have your waveform separate from a video clip, then right click. So like this, if these are separate, right, but this audio goes with this, then I would place them underneath each other, hold down my control key, left click, make sure they're both selected, right click, and then do link audio and video. And sometimes that makes your waveform regenerate too. So those are some options for you. Hopefully they work out. Sean in Alaska says, thanks for the audio fade video. Very helpful. You're welcome. I liked that video. I think it was, you know, I just had fun doing it. You know, sometimes I have more fun doing some tutorials than others. That was, and the reason why I say I had fun doing it is because it was more of a simple tutorial, but it was still fun for me. Usually the ones that are fun are the more complex ones that I do. So Peter J. Milner says, I use the full suite, baby. PowerDirector is very focused and is therefore very powerful. All the software integrates seamlessly with each other. I agree. If I can't do something in like PowerDirector that I need audio done, I just jump right into PowerDirector, do it, boom. It brings the audio back into PowerDirector, already edited, sweetness, everything I need. So definitely agree with that. So Heather says she wants to export videos she's making on PD as an MP4 file offline, but I can't seem to. So I think everybody was giving you advice on what to do. Is pretty simple. For me, I'll just show you. This should get it done for you. So if you have your project here, you're ready to go ahead and export it. Up here at the top, it says export. If you haven't updated your PowerDirector 365, it'll say produce. If you have updated your PowerDirector 365, it will say export. So it's going to say one of those two. Left click on that. It'll open up the page to go ahead and produce the video. You choose the file format that you want. Right now, I have H.264. Sometimes I use H.265 if I want a smaller file, but I usually don't use it that much because sometimes some sites and things have compatibility issues. So I like to use H.264. And in here for your file extension, you want to choose MP4. If you have it set to a default profile type, then you're going to select the resolution that you want. And then when you get down here to the bottom, you have the export to. You want to left click on that, 3 dots. It will pull up a file explorer window, and you choose where on your machine you want to save it. If you want to save it to the desktop, choose desktop. Give it a name. And then click save. Then the last thing you need to do is click on start. Down here at the bottom, it says start. You might not be able to see it because of the banner, but you click start, and then it will go ahead and produce it to the location that you selected. So that's that. That's how you do it. Zoltrick67 says, so that's where tools went. Been looking for weeks. Love it. All right, just looking through the questions, y'all. Just looking through. Zoltrick67 says, I love video tutorials. Hate all the reading. Worst book I ever read was Dictionary. They explain every word as they go along. So video tutorials by Malik for me. Hey, I'm with it. But you read the dictionary, brother. You did a lot of reading. You like Malcolm X and read the whole dictionary. If I use auto mode, will that help my first time editing? It could. I mean, like if you use like, let's say we got, let's go up here, plugins, and we go to the Magic Movie Wizard. It can create a movie for you, okay? You can go in here, it'll pick stuff from the timeline, selected videos. You choose the style that you want it to be and yada, yada, yada. You preview it, give you some information, give you a look at the video, which is going to be nothing right now because I just have one little clip on here. But you can then go and you can edit it in the theme designer if you want to. You can reorder your media. So if I click edit in theme designer, as we see, this is taking a minute to get the theme designer open, people. So, have some patience with a brother. It ain't my fault. Let's blame my PC. My PC acting crazy today. I don't know if it's like that whatever, ASYM, whatever it's called. Like, hi, people. How are you? Or is it just nasty and cringy? I don't know. But, man, it is taking a minute for this to open. I don't understand what's happening here. I must not like it. Maybe I don't like it because I didn't put anything in it. Oh, look at this. The dreaded not responding window. So if you've seen that before, you know what I'm going through right now. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and close it up. Because I think it's doing it because of the fact that I didn't put anything into the project. So, could be wrong. Who knows? Things like this happen sometimes. This is what makes this is why we know this is a live stream, baby. Okay? This is why we know this is a live stream. Because of what's happening right now in front of your face. A big screw up. So there you go. But to answer your question, it might help you to kind of see how the videos are made and things like that. One thing that I would probably recommend you do is, like, you could go to like you can go to the forum. You can go to some of my videos. You can watch like the video production process. I have like a series of videos where I go through the whole end to end. And then I have one video that's about an hour where I go through the whole editing process, the whole production workflow. So you can watch that video. That should help you. Also, if you want to see other people's projects, I mean, you can ask, like PowerDirector forum. People can share like different files over there, so they might be able to share their project. Or you can go to the Facebook group and ask people about their projects and things like that. So there's a lot of options to kind of give you like a first look and let you ask questions about things like that. But first option, I would just say, check out my workflow video. Check that out. It's an hour long. If you got an hour, watch it and watch how I put together a video from end to end. Peter says, I prefer the right tool for the right job. PowerDirector, Color Director, Audio Director, Photo Director. They all integrate so well together and have only one with everything. It's just unwieldy. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's preference. That's your preference, and I appreciate it because I feel very similarly about that. TSG Adventure says, so far the only issue I have had is that Color Director is just cumbersome. Love PD, AD, and Photo Director. I do wish that they had some more like features in Color Director, and I wish the interface was a little bit different. I still prefer DaVinci for color correction because of the tools that it has. Craig Wright says, why does the video that is superimposed on the background go a bit darker when the background changes from a video to a still image? I don't know. I have not experienced that. Or if I have experienced it, I didn't notice it because maybe it was a very slight change. I'm not aware of that. So I really can't talk to it because I don't have knowledge of that. So what I would do is, if you want to get more information on that, go to the PowerDirector forum and ask about it. And I'm pretty sure that if it has been noticed um, by the people in that group, they will respond to it. Unfortunately, I don't have any experience seeing that. Maybe your eyes are just keener than mine, Craig. I don't know. Well, Heather just realized that she needs to be signed in if she wants to export a project offline. So now she knows. But you're not stupid, girl. Okay? Sure. Keith's TV HD says, I have the entire PD365 suite, and it's a one-stop shop solution for me. Yes. Agreed. 100%. Heather is out. See you, Heather. Thanks for joining us. Lorraine's creative space said, my saving a file takes much longer than yours just did. Any tips? So, my file right now is what? How long is this? A few seconds? It's only like a 10-second clip that I did. So, don't be too impressed by that. Now, if you're making 10-second clips like this one and they're still taking forever, then a few things I would say is make sure that your disk that you're editing on is a SSD. Make sure that you have a sufficient amount of RAM on your computer. And lastly, probably more importantly, make sure you have a graphics card that has a GPU with a lot of terabytes on it, or high number of gigabytes on it, if not terabytes. Then make sure that you have a video card with the encoder, the NVIDIA, AMD, right, with the GPU. So those are the things I would make sure that you're doing, or make sure that your specs are up to snuff in order to do that. So if anybody else has any other tips, feel free to drop them in there. Also, besides your specs, make sure your settings are set up for success. So make sure that you have your GPU enabled and optimized. So if you go to your preferences, hardware acceleration, make sure that these are checked. Enabled OpenCL, enable hardware decoding. You want to click on optimize. You see mine was last optimized today. So this will optimize your GPU. I have a whole video on this. As a matter of fact, I have two. The video is about fast rendering. So let me just look this up real quick. So these two videos, so if you look up PowerDirector fast rendering, these will come up for you. These will tell you the settings. So this is the right settings for fast video rendering. And then I have another video called Fix Fast Video Rendering Technology in Under 3 Minutes. So what I would say is watch this one first. The right settings. And if you can enable all of the settings, you should be good to go. If your fast video rendering is grayed out and you can't use it, then you want to watch this one to fix fast video rendering. Okay? So it's only if it's grayed out, like you see here, I have in my thumbnail, I have that the box is grayed out. It doesn't have the white thing around it. So it's grayed out. You use this to fix that. If it's enabled, then just make sure you follow all of this video here for the right settings and you should be good to go. So those are the first two things. After that, specs on your machine. Shaky Leg said, I get that shut down message about every 3 or 4 days. It's much better after I upgraded my computer. It used to happen all the time. So I will take it if it's only every few days. LOL. Yeah, it doesn't really happen to me every few days, but I would say every few weeks. But it does happen, probably more than I would like for it to. Experience this 360 travel says sometimes I add a fix enhance, but then PowerDirector says cannot create video. Any idea what is happening? Nah, not really. Not without providing more info than that. Like, I mean, what's the file format of the video? What type of video is it? Is it a PNG with a transparency? Is it, you know, what is it that you're doing? What's the video file? Things like that. I've never experienced that, but could be something to do with the video. Could be something to do with the project. Have you started like tried to do a new project? Try to see if it still does that with the same video clip. Try different things and see if it still works, and you'll know that if it's a project, if it's corrupt in some kind of way, if it's able to be done when you do it in a new project. File format, things like that. Those are the first questions that I would have for you. All right, this is going to be my last question because I got 4 minutes to close this out. Keith says, I've been subscribed to your channel since 2018. You still love to help people, and you still have the passion for this software. Hats off to you, Malik. Thank you, Keith, my friend. I appreciate the kind words, my brother. So, before we go, my man, Paul, always supporting the channel. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you. Epic super chat, $15 from my man, Paul Feiger. If you can also support the channel, please feel free to go down to the bottom of the chat section and hit me up with a super chat or a super sticker. It will be greatly appreciated. All right. So I got to get out of here before my wife comes and strangulates me. But I want to thank all of you guys for dropping through, spending this last hour with me, doing another live stream. Your support means so much to me. Love it that you guys are always willing to come hang out with me and hang out with each other. And talk to each other, share ideas, help each other. Even in the chat, you guys help each other out, which means a great deal to me because I feel proud that I'm part of a community of people who not only have similar likes, but also love to help one another. So thank you guys for being a part of this community and embracing me and my channel and allowing me to be a part of the community as well. And I will see you guys next Wednesday.